Welcome to the Thinking Green News Moment. I'm Chris Schneider, and I'm excited to talk about renewable natural gas with my guest, John Breeze. Welcome, John.
Oh, I'm really happy to be here today with you, Chris, so I'm looking forward to our conversation.
John is with Emerald Dairy Farm, and it's the first in the country to do something that's very exciting. John, what is RNG, or renewable natural gas?
We have actually a couple dairy farms with a couple of anaerobic digesters, and the anaerobic digesters create biogas or biomethane out of the cow manure, and we scrub that to what's called natural gas specifications, which means a little over 99% methane. And so we believe we're the first in the country to actually make pipeline quality natural gas and are putting it in a pipeline today in Baldwin, Wisconsin.
And how long have you been producing natural gas pure enough to be pushed into the natural gas pipeline?
Yeah, it's been about 9 months that we've actually been making pipeline quality natural gas. It was about 3 months ago when we finally got the last of the permits and the hookup on that pipeline in Baldwin in order to be able to inject it in the pipeline.
Now, along with pipeline renewable natural gas, what are some of the other byproducts that you're getting from this cow manure digestive process?
Sure. Actually, we press the solids of the manure after it comes out of the anaerobic digester. We're using that to bed our cows. It's a great product. We're taking a couple other streams. We have a wastewater treatment plant now on the dairy where we're turning half of the volume of our manure into potable or distilled water, and that's pretty exciting news. We think that that's a first of its kind as well. And we're taking a couple of those streams plus the carbon dioxide stream out of the gas plant, and we're going to start growing algae here in about 3 weeks. And we hope to turn that algae into cattle feed, but more importantly, maybe biodiesel. So that's our next little project that we've got going.
And do you also get organic liquid fertilizer from this process?
Sure. We farm quite a large number of cows, about 2,700 cows, and for the last 10 years, the only commercial fertilizer that we've purchased is a little potash to put on our third and fourth year alfalfa. Otherwise, we grow all of our crops with our own liquid manure. We do not purchase commercial fertilizer anymore.
So how many head of cattle are required for an RNG system like you have, John?
Great question. Because we're the first in the country and doing a lot of R&D, we're just kind of learning ourselves. And what we're looking at next is creating, instead of a natural gas grid in our community, a biogas grid where we would put biogas in a 2 to 4 inch pipeline that would be buried in the right of way, and there could be multiple farms hooked up to that biogas grid, including maybe some city municipal treatment plants. If you think back, Chris, when you and I were kids, most city municipal treatment plants were running their treatment plants anaerobically and creating some gas. And I think that'd be a great concept to go back to, where you would have multiple entities, not maybe just a dairy farm, feeding a biogas grid and then having one gas clarification plant on top of a pipeline.
What would you envision the municipalities or the other farms would be doing with that biogas?
Right, they could create the biogas in their rather inexpensive anaerobic digesters, and what's exciting about it is not everybody then would need 1,000 or 2,000 cows. We think that there's some anaerobic digesters that will be designed for people maybe with the equivalent of 100 cows. And so many more farms in the state of Wisconsin and in the country would be able to partake in this renewable energy phenomenon that's going on. And they would reduce the odors in the manure, which is a good thing if you're living close to a village. They'd be able to capture some payments in carbon credits. They would use the bedding solids, just like I am, for organic bedding, and then the liquid fertilizer to fertilizer crops. So it would be a win for everybody.
Do you have a website where Fox viewers could learn more about what you're doing on your farm?
Sure. Actually, if you want to go to Emerald Dairy, if you Google Emerald Dairy, we're just starting our website now, and we welcome visitors. We tour about 4,000 people a year at our facility, so we tour 5-6 days a week. If your viewers today are interested in coming to look, we'd love to have you.
And what organization are you working with to produce this system on your farm?
Sure. It's a large self-contained company called Agri-Waste to Energy. All of these projects that we're doing, they're very expensive, especially when you're doing all the R&D. So we've partnered up with some folks in the Twin Cities. And again, Agri-Waste to Energy is the name of the company that's creating this biogas grid in the natural gas clarification facility.
Thank you, John Vries from Emerald Dairy Farm. This is Chris Schneider for the Thinking Green News Moment.